Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to your 5-minute success hack. I'm Suzana Mihailovic, as you might already know. So today I want to talk to you about the law of assumption. Do you know that your assumptions can either bring you success or failure or the same old, same old? So what are you assuming? What are you assuming most of the time? Are you assuming the worst? Or are you moving into infinite possibilities, moving into the unknown? Are you being present? You see, often what happens for most people, because they don't understand the law of assumption, the power of assumption and their beautiful minds, and how your mind works, how your mind leads you into behavior, how assumption also raises the frequency and the state that you're in. Because most people are not taught about assumption, they are creating habitual assumptions in every single area of their life. What do I mean by habitual assumptions? So you've heard me talk about this quite a lot. As a child, you may have had some difficult times. You may have experienced, some not so great times growing up, and even as an adult, you may have experienced some disappointments that every single person, is guaranteed to experience disappointment from time to time. So as a result of those disappointments and the past experience, you have created a habit of assuming the worst. So assuming from a place of fear, from a place of not expecting anything to change, from a place of maybe cynicism and doubt, rather than a place of abundance. So let me ask you a question. What do you assume in terms of your own abundance? What do you assume in terms of your success? And what are the assumptions that you have about other people? Do you assume the best? Do you assume from a place of love or from a place of abundance? Or do you assume from a place of fear and worry? I want you to really think about that. And I want you to reach out to me if you need some extra help with assumption, because most people are assuming from a place of fear. So you hear something about someone and immediately you assume that they have done that to you intentionally, or they are a good or bad person. You may have made a mistake. So you assume you may have made a mistake in your finances. So you assume that you are not good with finances. You may have grown up with a family that struggled financially. So you assume that finances, becoming wealthy, having riches is hard. You may not have done the thing that you really want to do before. You might not know how, which is a great thing. So you assume that it's going to be very, very hard for you. So let me tell you what happens when you assume from a negative place, from a place of habitual assumptions, from a place of fear. You see, that assumption that you make immediately puts you into a state. It puts you in a state of being. So what do I mean by a state? It is a feeling, it is a belief, it is how you see yourself in the world and how you show up to opportunities, in relationships, in your business, in life. And then that leads to expectation. So the state, if you're assuming the worst, you are triggering, you are connecting to habitual thought patterns that will bring you the worst. It's Pygmalion effect. And we talk about the Pygmalion effect in some of our courses. So the Pygmalion effect, in other words, is self-fulfilling prophecy. So you're doing this unconditionally. When you start to assume the best, when you start to assume that if you don't have the skill or talent or don't know how your goal is going to be manifested, you open up yourself to new possibilities. When you assume that the best will come, when you assume that the abundance is here already, when you assume that you have your goal already, you put yourself in a state of being that person that has the success already, that has well-meaning people. So therefore your mind looks for success, and therefore you start to take action like that person. This is just a little introduction to the law of assumption. Let me know if you would like to find out more. I might even do a workshop on this if you're interested in the new year. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you at our next 5 Minute Success Hack.